then we are able to deal with the problem. Exactly. Do we start from there?
In fact, that's exactly what we should be doing, because the big problem in this country, if you're to look at it, is that the politician, again, yes, we are not saying that there's no politics, conflict of violence in many places. But like I said before, the one that threatens the fabric of this country is actually political, and politicians are in there. Yeah. But then you see the way the politician behaves in this country. Immediately you get elected to office, you become above the law. It's not just the president who's above the law. If you check people overlapping on the roads, it is government and politicians. If you check now the fellows who don't follow protocol, even social protocols like in funerals, is government and politicians. They come whenever they want to do, they do whatever they want to do, and so on. These people, even they're even immune from police arrest, where a politician can come and summon the police and tell them to do whatever they need to do outside there. And that same bad behavior goes all the way. It starts from State House, by the way. Every time the president is passing, I get irritated, because you feel like the president is going somewhere, and we're already putting in 17 billion there. Why does he need to stop Omenya for 1 hour or 2 hours on the roads because he's passing there? So these all things that if immediately you get elected into office, then you become above the law and you become immune at your levels, all the way from MCA to the president. So that is number one. The second thing is that, and Mheshimiwa had alluded to that, is that you immediately then start using state machinery at, again, all levels. If you arrive at a police station, you are given a cup of tea. It's almost like some of these banana republics. You can even tell that so and so will be arrested and is actually arrested, because the state machinery is then aligned, to support you. Mind you, you are not the only ones who are contesting in those positions. Exactly. In fact, you are 1 out of 10 that got inside there. What are the other 9 doing? The other 9 basically are also organizing their own parallel government to enjoy the same largesse. And that's where the goons come in. Because this guy says, I'm not in government, but those fellows are not going to stop me. The police is not going to stop me. How do they do it? Now we actually come with goons. So I agree 100% with Mwesh on this one, that actually the buck stops with our leaders. Our leaders must start behaving properly, and then, as you're saying, we must start pushing the rule of law all the way into the parties. We're saying, if you come in here with goons, unfortunately, we don't allow you to attend this meeting. There are consequences. But now, if you are the one who come in and then you take over the meeting, I saw this even in ODM. It was sad. You remember Men in Black? In Laila's time. Guys actually come in. They beat up everyone. Ballots are torn and so on. And this actually is condoned by the party. The party doesn't say anything about it. And in fact, later on, we realized that these fellows were actually endorsed at the highest level of the party. So we need to sanitize these parties. I do have a member of parliament who's very interesting, actually. I'll not mention his name. But this guy was one of those Nikal type people, very humble and so on. And Goons made it impossible for him to even do his campaigns and do all these things. And eventually, what did he do? The guy just offered more money to the goons. So when the nomination day came in, the competitor had no idea where his goons had gone. In fact, his goons were very busy beating fellows on his side. So I mean, this is how ridiculous this thing gets into, that some people are sucked in there who don't even want to be there. But they say, since I know the fellows anyway, they are from my constituency, and I know they've been paid, why can't I just pay them more? So, it is that thing where is an eye for an eye, and then this thing just escalates. We need to do what Michuki did with Mungiki. We need to come and say, look here, this has to stop. It doesn't matter whether you supported the state, at some points or not. But what you're getting into is a state of lawlessness, which is very, very dangerous from a conceptual point of view. Because the reason why we have the state is so that, fundamentally, is so that they can monopolize all sorts of violence. When violence is not monopolized, when I can exercise violence and get away with it, when Honorable Mutambu can exercise violence and get away with it, when KTN can exercise violence, that's a threat to the state, actually. It means we can actually take over the state. So government and those in government need to be very, very serious about monopolizing violence. Nobody in this country, nobody outside of the state should exercise violence and get away with it. Where are all these goons? They're just walking around and they're beating people. Where is government?
Professor, there's something I'll say. And I'm not